And welcome everyone to Sports on Tap Extra, presented by RRT Productions, Mako Custom and Printing, Ray Felton State Farm Insurance, and Troutland Entertainment. I am Noah Jacobson, and tonight we are joined by the North Royalton Bears boys basketball head coach Nick Lapsevich, who just finished off his seventh season as head coach for the Bears. Coach Lapsevich, thank you so much for taking time to join me tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here with you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what a year, coach, for your program. You start off the season at 1-1, and then the turning page really turned the point. You guys have won 24 games in a row. That's unexpected. That is never easy to do with a program like you guys. You guys played Brecksville in a double overtime game, like which you guys won 70-64 to claim your first Suburban League title since 2013. You guys go into the playoffs. You face off against North Ridgeville, 78-62 in the regional semis. You guys did win your first district championship since 2013. You guys beat North Ridgeville 78-62 in the regional semis. You guys go into the regional finals going up against New Albany 38-35 in a close game to advance to your first Final Four appearance in school history. You guys lose a tough game to Massillon Perry 66-63. But what an incredible year for you guys. You guys go 25-2, winning your first Suburban League title since 2014, your first district title since 2013, and making your first Final Four appearance in school history. But it's time about how the season went for you guys overall.
Well, it was quite a journey. It's my first year actually coming back because I was a coach for 6 years and then I left for a couple of years and came back. This past season was my first year back, and right away the kids bought in. So I really felt like we could be pretty good. And I think, if you told us we would have the record we did before the season started, I'd be like, yes, I will definitely take that. So things just kind of evolved, and we really played together throughout the season. I have an awesome staff. I have great kids. Like I said, they really bought in, and we really play a brand of team basketball. We're really big on moving the basketball, and we're a balanced team. And I think it's hard to guard teams that have a lot of balance. And there was definitely some great games with Brecksville along the way. It's a school rivalry. I know a lot of people take it as a big rivalry. I love Steve Mahalik, their head coach. I have so much respect for him. So to me, it's between the two of us. It's not a rivalry, but that's just how it is with the schools. And then, it's just like things kind of were going our way, and we found a way to win a couple of close games along the way, and get to the playoffs, and get to the regionals and take your chance. And then we get to the regional final, and New Albany is a very good defensive team, and we won a very low scoring game, but it was a very exciting night. And then to get to the Final Four and play in that environment was pretty wild. Obviously that game still hurts me to this day, and I thought Perry played a phenomenal game. They had an incredible run. They earned that game. They beat us, and it just didn't go our way that day. So obviously I wish we could have it back, but that's high school basketball for you.
Yeah, definitely. And they even talk about some of the guys who made an incredible impact for you guys. Dylan, Antonio, Sean, Lincoln, Sasha. Just talk about how those five really contribute to the team. And even talk about some of the other players as well.
Yeah, just obviously losing. We had four seniors that graduate. You know, Dylan, he was first team All Ohio, so he just had an incredible season for us. His memorable game was probably against Brecksville when he scored 37 the night we clinched the conference against them. He couldn't miss, and that kid was just a warrior. He's obviously going to be really missed. As the season went along, he just really, really, really just got better and better and better. Broke the 3-point record for us, and so what he did was just incredible. So I was so proud to coach him, and he had a really bad injury as a sophomore, and his future was kind of up in the air after his sophomore year. And I knew a lot of these kids growing up, when they were in the youth program and stuff, and then to see Dylan have that kind of senior year, that to me was just like a storybook year for him, and I was so proud of him. Gonna miss him. Sasha, same thing. He really good soccer player, football, and we didn't know if he was going to play or not. Honestly, going in, we didn't really have much in the off season, and he just what an incredible leader that young man was, and just his attitude was incredible. I never seen the kid without a smile on his face. He played with so much joy, and it just really spread throughout our team. So he's definitely going to be missed. And then Brian and Ronnie were two other seniors. I know they don't get a lot of publicity, but they were just wonderful, wonderful teammates, great kids. And I was so glad they were a part of everything that we did. And then just kind of rounding out our roster, our warrior was Sean Bunzy. He's a point guard. He's about as tough as it gets. He actually led us in rebounding as a point guard. So he has a knack for the ball, and he doesn't care about scoring. He will score. He doubled his 3-point percentage in 1 year. He'll make open shots, but he doesn't force anything. He just wants to win and get guys better. And just going on down the line, Lincoln had a great year as a sophomore for us. We're excited about what he's going to be doing the next couple of years. So he a very good shooter, but I think you're going to start seeing some new pieces to his game coming up. And then obviously Antonio is a tremendous shooter, but he's having a really good summer as well. He's a great baseball player, really good pitcher, good hitter. And just next year I think he's going to open up some eyes for sure. Mehar, who our big guy, he was him and Sasha were just like interchangeable last year. They did a great job kind of manning for each other. He held the paint down for us really, really well. He's a great kid. Loves football. He's a football guy, and like a lot of our guys play multiple sports. So it's that's what's cool about our school. Like we share athletes. I think it's a really important thing. We don't have a lot of guys that it's just like only basketball or only one thing. Like I think it's good for kids to have time to balance their life and do other things and have other things going on for themselves. And then another player, Omar Suleiman, he had a really, really solid year last year for us, and he's going to be his older brother played for North Royalton a couple of years back, Jad, who was obviously 1,000 point scorer, great player, but you're going to see a new Omar this year, and I'm really looking forward to that. He's been having an awesome summer, and he just a tremendous young man.
Coach,
So
one
it
of the
was.
things.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. So, Coach, one of the things that really sticks out to me is when the Cavs were playing the game, John Michael and Brad Doherty were mentioning you guys with the run that you gave us the hat. How awesome does it show that those guys, John Michael and Brad Doherty, get the respect for you guys from the program?
Yeah, that was quite a surprise. That was awesome. Um, it's funny he mentioned Massillon Perry in that game, and they ended up losing to him. But just for him to do that and to notice us, like that was special. And it was a great sense of community last year for everybody in our city, and we were really backed by everybody. The support's been great. Just from that, but just within our school, the spirit was just a electric environment, and it's a good place to play. North Royalton's a good place to be. We have great leadership at the top, and they really they do think for all of our kids, and no matter what, and they're really doing a lot for our athletes as well, it's really exciting. That's a big reason I came back to coach here again. It's just the leadership up top. Our superintendent, he's Mike Lobby's a phenomenal guy, but he really, really, really values sports and along with everything, obviously. But it's just nice to have his support and everyone else behind him.
With the year that you guys had, just talk about how the youth program has really come close to you guys with the success that you guys had this year.
Yeah, our youth program, they've done a phenomenal job over the years. It's been steady for a long time. They take it very seriously. They want to get a lot of kids in, want to see it do well. And we actually just had our youth camp, and we had a huge camp. It was a great turnout. It was a lot of fun. We had a great week in the gym with everybody. But they put a lot of work in. Our coaches, all the youth coaches, they put a lot of work in, and they're in the gym an awful lot, which I'm very appreciative of because I know people got a lot of things going on, and a lot of them are dads, but they want to get better. They want to help their kids get better and help everyone else get better in the process.
Yeah, with the way you guys had the season, just talk about how the community and everyone really came together for you guys throughout the whole season at North Royalton.
Yeah, it was the send off before our last game was really special, and just the whole city was sending us out. And up to that point, like we had people coming out to the games, and I think slowly it just kind of started building as things just kind of kept evolving throughout the year. And but just to see everybody at that game, and we got a lot of good support from our community at that game, and it just kept building throughout the year. So we were really proud to represent our city, our school, and it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, you just finished off your second season. You just came back to your second set. Just talk about some of the biggest differences that you had over your second 7 years as head coach for the Royalton Bears.
Yeah, this past season coming back, it's a different challenge. Um, experience helps, and I had 6 years And I was very fortunate to have Tim Mattis. He was the head coach before me in my previous time that I was there. He was the head coach at Royalton. He wanted to be my assistant afterwards. So to have him, and he was so just he paved the way for me. He gave me everything, and he was very he didn't want it to be his show. Like he knew his, I was a head coach and he would do whatever he needed to do to help me out. So I was very fortunate. And now I have Dave Belak is in the same position. He's my assistant coach, and the other guys on my staff are incredible as well. Nick Woods, Brian Belak, Adam Prevost. I can't say enough about those guys. To have a great staff is really important. But I think just as a head coach overall, you learn things along the way. You're in your first year to the seventh year, and you fine tune things, and you learn what's going to work best for the kids. And one thing that, believe it or not, like this year, we actually shortened things up a lot. So like I'm really big on preparation, but I think you know if you're in the gym for over 2 hours, the kids can start to tune out. So our practices were actually really short, but we were just right on task. Boom, we get in, we get out, get our work done, and I don't want the kids to burn out in the middle of the season. So I think it's just there's a fine line of when to work, when to rest. So I think that was kind of a big difference for us this year as well.
Yeah, this year you were named Division II Coach of the Year for basketball. How awesome is it just to win the award with the success that you had this season? And how awesome is it just to be able to give credit to the players as well for helping you out?
Yeah, and you know what? That's where I give the credit to. It's like I'm humbled that I got that award. That's not why I coach. So I'm thankful to the guys and the guys behind my back coaching with me. To me, it's a group effort. It really is. I just happen to be the head coach, and I was just really just proud of how we, just grew together as a team throughout the season. How much fun we had together. We'd go out and get hibachi, a couple times, and like we did a lot of things together as a team, and I think the guys had a lot of fun. And that's the big joy of it. It's not really about me winning an award or anything, but it's a great honor. I'm very proud of it. But hopefully we can have another great season next year. That'll make me really happy too.
Well, Coach, I can't thank you enough for taking the time. What a great season for you guys. 25-2, making your first Final Four appearance. It says a lot how you guys are going to have great confidence going to the next season. So, again, thank you so much for taking the time joining me to talk about your program.
Absolutely. No, thanks so much for having me. Nice to talk to you, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Take care.